Yo, and we're live. So, welcome everybody to yet another live interview with McGlashan Fearless Father. And today I have the pleasure to be with my fellow entrepreneur dad, Sean. Sean, great man. I got to meet this guy in person. So, we had a really good connection, talking to each other, helping each other out. And then I had the pleasure, he gave me the honor of sharing a little bit of my insights and what I've learned over the time as an entrepreneur dad. And it was just fantastic. So what we're going to do right now, people, is real quick. Sean and I'm going to be chip-chapping, and Sean is going to quickly share, and so am I, going to share this live interview in various different spots so more people can come on. In the meantime, if you see us, you're online right now, make sure you give us a heart, show us some love. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Abiola, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And if you have any questions, in regards to entrepreneurship or overwhelm, that's what we're going to talk about most. If you have any questions in regards to that, because I think at any point in given time, any entrepreneur will have either had or definitely have the feeling of overwhelm. So do me a huge favor and post your comment and ask that question that you have in regards to overwhelm, whatever that is, and then we will start. So give us 2 seconds. And I have to refresh my screen real quick. And there we go. There we are. You know what? I'm going to give ours a heart. Why not? And then I'm quickly going to share everything in my group. Share. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, people. It's going to take a little bit. I apologize. It's because we didn't plan this. We just thought, hey, this would be fun. Let's go live. Live with Sean. Oh, no. So, I want to ask a question as well. What were you guys doing this last weekend, right? Because I've noticed, there is nothing better than going to an event like the one we just went to. Is that correct, Sean? Can I say that?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Right. I mean, just the people that you meet at such an event is mind-blowing, life-changing, business-changing, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was incredible. The friends we made and the people we met. Just
Right
gotta be
on.
lifelong relationships, Klaas.
Yeah, exactly. That's good said, man. Yeah, people don't realize that, but you go for the content. And to be honest, right now, my brain is in such a mumble that I can't really remember the content. But what I do remember is every single person that has, touched my life in some sort of way, right? I mean, who doesn't like a room of about 40 people singing you happy birthday? I'm just saying, right?
I enjoyed singing for you too.
I appreciate that, brother. That's awesome. So I'm almost done. I'm going to share this in one more group, people, and then we're off to go, and we immediately going to start. So again, if you are on this and you're thinking what's this going to be about? We're going to be mostly talking about overwhelm and on various different sides and aspects of life. And what I'd like people to do is share with us their questions in regards to overwhelm. Let us know what you have seen so far. What's going on, Owen? Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. Live with Sean. Just give me 1 second, people. I usually don't do this because I actually don't appreciate people wasting my time, but I'm going to be wasting your time for just a second. I'm done now. I get off. And we go, and look at that, already 3 hearts. So I appreciate that. Everybody that's on, people, just make sure that you give us a heart. It's very good. Share this. We've been sharing this all over the place now. We hope people are going to join, and we're going to start right away, right? Sean, before I get into, and we're going to talk about you, right? Let's talk about overwhelm. And the reason why I really wanted to talk to you about this is the following, right? We've been nonstop getting speaker after speaker, right? Friday. No, actually Thursday evening, then Friday the whole day, Saturday the whole day, Sunday the whole day, and they've just been bombarding me, and I had to feel like every single speaker was absolutely amazing. I just felt like my brain every single time was going kaboom, right?
Yeah, boom, information overload.
Overwhelm. It's like, oh! So, dude, what would be your advice? What's your approach to be like, okay, this was great. Now let's get rid of that overwhelm and take that next step to make sure that, we get the biggest benefit from being at such an amazing event.
Yeah, sure. My biggest advice is when you go to an event or read a book or even just go online and look for stuff, have a purpose behind it. What are you actually trying to figure out? What's your purpose behind going to the event? What's your purpose behind the book? Write that down. And then while you're going through the content, you're going to take notes and you're going to put down bullet points of everything you've learned, and then once you're done, you'll be able to look right at it and figure out your best takeaway. It's a very easy process. It's not nothing complicated. You just, if you don't make any sense of it, it's just gonna be in your brain like a freaking tornado going on in your head.
Exactly. Yep, that's what happened to me at one point. I was just going nuts.
Yeah, me too.
So that's great, man. I really appreciate that. We should have had that one before the event, so it was better prepared. Anyway, we did go in with attention. Shitty thing that happened for me, I lost my notebook, so all the notes that I took on Friday and Saturday, they're
we could share.
Yeah, no, I know, with everybody else, right? That's great. Hey, people, if you're on, you're watching this, please do us a huge favor. Give us a heart, give us a like, and make sure you share this. It's going to be short and sweet. We're going to be about 15, 20 minutes, right? We're going to be talking about overwhelm and make sure that, you as an entrepreneur, you as an entrepreneurial dad, you're just going to be stronger after you've done with our life, right? So again, show some love. We will definitely appreciate that. So Sean, before we get into this, man, share us a little bit about your background story and about your family setup, so people know exactly like who's Sean and why should this guy be teaching us about overwhelm, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's make it really quick and short. But I went to college, got a 2-year degree. I got out of college, never used a degree. I was chasing something I didn't want to actually do. Shortly thereafter, I started to get into the entrepreneurial journey. I got into network marketing, affiliate marketing, pretty much everything you could search for online. When you type in how to make money online, I've tried before. And I've actually came to terms now, and I figured that out. But as far as personal life, I'm married. We've been married for 2 years. We've been together for 12 years. So we've been together a long time. And 4 months ago, we just actually had our first son. So you talk about overwhelmed, Klaas. Like, I have been absolutely overwhelmed, and my brain has been going around like a wicked tornado. And right now, just recently in my life, I just went to a huge event. I met you, and things have changed just by actually pretty much practicing what I preach.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a real short intro, but that's me.
Oh man, we like it short and sweet. That's perfect.
Yeah, sure.
And I appreciate you sharing that. And just for the people that are watching, this is in the comment section. I know it says YouTube, but it's also in the Facebook comment section. If I did everything correctly, you can really quickly check out Sean and connect with him. If you have any question in regards to overwhelm, I highly recommend you're reaching out to him for sure. So you just mentioned a big thing, right? It's like, wow, overwhelm for entrepreneur dads is even more. Or, well, I got to say, with all respect to the women as well, of course, entrepreneur woman, we highly respect you. That's just crazy right there, right? Because now it's just not, I'm a man, so I have to take care of myself. I'm a husband, so I have to take care, or I have to connect and make sure that my wife is happy with what I do, right? And then now all of a sudden you're also a father, besides also trying to fulfill your business and make a huge impact in the world, right? That alone, if you wake up in the morning and think like, oh, I got all this, that alone will get you overwhelmed up to here, right? Which is not our intention. So you made a great point, right? So before you go into an event, you set a purpose, right? What would be the deload? Meaning that what if you already got overwhelmed? What is a good step to deload and make sure that, because what happens for me, so people understand, I'm trying to be honest here. Okay, so, and I'm going to share with you some stuff that I haven't shared before. What happens to me, Sean, is that if I get overwhelmed, having to take care of my 2 rowdy ass boys and having to, and I'm really busy, I'm about to launch something, it's going crazy. And then I get overwhelmed, and that leads to not doing anything, right? Which is the worst thing that can happen, but that's what it is. And the problem then is, if that's, for example, a Tuesday, I would say, you know what, I'll pick up again on Monday, right?
Hmm.
For some reason, Monday is my magic day. I don't know why.
Mine too. It's always next Monday. Next Monday,
Exactly,
best
exactly,
way to start and do whatever you wanted to do. Just let's do it next Monday.
exactly. You said that right. So how can I make sure that I deload and lose less of my valuable time? Right.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, and the best way it can explain it is you know what you need to actually learn.
Mhm,
You know deep down inside what you went to, wherever you went to, and you need to ask yourself that question deeply before you even go back through your notes. So when
mhm,
you're going through your notes, it'll stick out, and then you'll get your answer. You
mhm,
might not take personal notes, but you might take it on your phone or a recording or something. But you have to go into that information knowing exactly what you want to pick out of that information, and
mhm,
it'll stick out like a star in the sky. You are going to see it, and you'll get your answer instantly. If you go into those notes trying to per se consume all the information or use all the information at one time, it's
mhm,
completely impossible. That is the definition of being overwhelmed.
mhm,
The notes are there to stay. So when you have another question, ask yourself that question, go back through your notes, and the answer to that will be on a different page. Um,
mhm,
it's a very easy it's a very easy tactic I use, and my notes actually look very hectic and chaotic. But because I've written them and I've starred the most important stuff, I can go through all these notes in probably about an hour, and it
mhm.
was 4 days worth of notes. So it's just a quick tip: you have to start by actually writing down what are you looking for in those notes.
Yeah.
And that's as easy as it is, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love it. All right. So your boy's 4 months old, right?
Mhm.
When my boy was so young, the problem that I had was that it's just like, what am I going to do now? Right? He's so young. I can't do anything with this yet. So everything basically got on my wife to take care of that. Mostly probably also because I got overwhelmed. I had no clue what I was doing, which is, I think, 9 out of 10 guys happens the same thing,
Yeah.
right? So, how do you deal with that? Because I'm sure, as I said, like 9 out of 10, I think have been going through that, right? How do you make sure that that doesn't happen? And then all of a sudden, like when he comes you on, you're like, oh crap, I actually just missed 8 months of his life, right?
Take every day and focus on it. Don't put anything to the side.
Hmm.
Every little second of every day is important. It's
Hmm.
so important. So, for example, the first time he smiled, I took probably 20 pictures of it.
There you
It was so
go.
important to me. I saw him smile and I was like, look at this little guy smiling. I told everybody about it. And
Hmm.
whereas it's hard to remember everything. So you put it in the back of your head and you remember it for a day or two. And then you forget to tell everybody about this great, amazing thing.
Hmm.
Something simple as a smile. Um, you know when it's important. And with a child, everything's important. So just eat up every second of it. And don't be distracted. Don't waste any time when you're with your children.
Hmm.
Like we had talked about it, turn off the TV. Look
Hmm.
at his eyes, talk to him. Even though he's not talking, talk to him. He'll tell you what he's thinking. And it's been absolutely amazing having a child. It's one of the best things that's happened to me in my life.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we started doing is read books as soon as possible, even though they don't talk yet, or it might be that they're not responding. Apparently it's really good for their brain development and the connection that you're building with your child. So yeah, absolutely love this, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
So with that, man, it's not just you that gets the overwhelm of now all of a sudden having a baby in the house, right, and having still to do everything else but the baby. It's also our wives, right, the mother of our children.
Well,
So how do you make sure that you and you that's why I was really proud of, man. You did something really well, and I still like that. And I'm not going to say what it is because I'm going to just hope that you share it, and if not, I'm just going to call you out on it.
yeah.
But what do you do to make sure that her overwhelm or her possibility of feeling overwhelmed is just going to be as less as possible, right?
Um, one small thing that I've started to do, and I might be on the same track with you, but before, and this is something simple that you might overlook, but I actually started making sure in the morning that I tried to straighten up the house a little bit.
Yeah.
just to make sure that when she got home, there was a little bit less. Now, I didn't do everything. I didn't have time to do all the dishes and everything, but I just straightened up some where she would notice it. And with all the stress she's got going on, she appreciated it as soon as I did it. As soon as I did, she thanked me. She said, "Oh my God, the house is clean." And whereas if I might have just folded a blanket or I might have just set a pillow in the right spot, she noticed it because in her mind, as a mother, all day she thought about how the house was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Knew how it looked when she left, and she took a mental picture of it. And as soon as she got home, she noticed it. So I mean, it's just something small I did, and I'm working on doing a lot more for her. But since the babies came out, I just spend a little bit of time every morning before work, just get things a little bit better in order. You don't have to go like Operation Clean over your house, but the, she does really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I love that. When you share that, I'm like, damn, that's absolutely fantastic. Because yeah, exactly. She's going through the same overwhelm and stress as we are, right? She's taking care of the baby just like we are. She's going to a job as well, just like we are. And then she comes home. However, she is more service oriented. Most women, at least mine is, right? So she's really want to make sure that everything is in order. So in my case, for example, it's like the house is all clean. However, when she came home back in the day, the house was again dirty because, I made the dishes dirty and all that stuff. And now she has to come and she's stressed out. She's tired. And now she has to deal with my crap that's laying all around and have to clean that up, right? That's not
Well,
cool.
no, I'm still bad with dishes. You can't do everything. Don't feel bad. You can't do everything. That's probably one of her pet peeves against me is how many dishes I make.
Yeah,
You clean up after yourself.
I hear you, man. Yeah, I hate doing dishes.
That was my first job. I think it was a deeply rooted problem. My first job, and then after my first job as a dishwasher, I just never wanted to do it. I was like, I don't like dishes.
I hear you. See, that's why I really like this whole entrepreneurial journey. Because at a certain point, and unfortunately I'm not at that level yet, but I'm thinking about it already. It's like what we're doing is right now we're trading our time for having to do stuff, right? That we don't like to do, but we must do to make sure that everything in the house is in order. Once you get to a certain point where we're growing more, it's like, okay, now I have money, right? That's what who talked about that? Rob Quinn talked about that. Right now I got money, so now I can just say, look, I'm going to get a cleaning lady and she's going to do it all. So now I got more time, right? And I like that. And I think that's very important for all entrepreneurial dads to realize. It's like, look, now you just got to show up and swallow your pride or whatever it is that you don't feel like doing it. Make sure you do it, realizing that, look, but I'm working so well on my business. Once I got the money, somebody else is going to do this for me real fast.
No, absolutely. No, I'm totally in agreement. So I'm actually today I'm about to go cut up some leaves because I haven't hit the mark where I could just pay a landscaper to come. So
Exactly. That's great, man. For the people that are here, man, if you find this valuable, do me a huge favor and make sure that you put a nice thumbs up, heart, even better. We love hearts, and share it with your friends if that can help them. This is going to go on for about a couple of more minutes, and then we're done. So it's going to be a short one and a sweet one. So Sean, what was one, because we went to a huge event, right? And I want you to share like your biggest nugget something that you learned that like any entrepreneur dad, if they would know this right now, it could change their business or change their life, right?
Well, this is crazy. I actually did a quick Facebook Live just a few minutes ago about it.
Oh, nice.
And the main thing is that before you can move forward in anything, you need to spend a lot of time coaching yourself. You really need to get your morals, your priorities, and your stuff set up before you go out there and start to try to get it. And I hope that makes sense. And it might seem overly simplistic, but it's not. Because a lot of people, what they do is they start chasing down these rabbit holes of information and they don't even know what they want. So, just don't overwhelm yourself by chasing information you don't even need.
Love it. That is great, man. That's a great tip, golden nugget that we got from that, and that we we can finish this live. Sean, I really appreciate you being on, man. I thank you so much for taking the time. I mean, we just traveled, right? I hope nobody can see it on my face, but I just got home.
Oh, you see these circles right here?
Right.
I'm not sleeping for 4 days.
Yeah, exactly. So again, man, everybody that's on, make sure you show some love, right? And if you like, and if you feel they find this valuable, make sure you share this with your friends. Anyway, Sean, before we get off, man, talk a little bit about you. Where can people get in contact with you? I shared the link again to your Facebook, right?
Yeah.
So if they have any questions about you, about what you do, about, maybe there's just one person right now that's saying like, dude, I feel so overwhelmed. I just don't know what to do next, right? I know you're the expert in that. So how can they get in contact with you, brother?
Actually, it's a crazy long name. Right now, I'm doing everything through my personal Facebook page on purpose. I want you to know that I'm not just some entity or something, some corporate, like I'm actually a person. So I'm going to do it. I'll spell out my name for you. It's on the screen, but the last name is McGlashan-Hayes. It's McGlashan Hayes, Hayes. As soon as you punch that in, I'm probably going to pop up at the top because it's a very, very particular name. You won't really see anybody with that end, but I'm right there. You guys just reach out and I'll be happy to help you.
Fantastic, man. Thank you. Yeah. Sean, thank you so much for hopping on, man. I know you're tired, so I really appreciate this. This is great. Everybody else, thank you so much for taking the time to watch us. Again, make sure you show some love, share this, and we will see each other very soon. And the upcoming weeks, I'm going to have some insane live interviews coming up, and a lot of them.
I can't wait. I can't wait, Klaas. I'm going to be tuning in, man.
I love it. All right, people, take care and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.